And we are live. I'm back with the people I care the most about, the Geek Variants community. Here for Kite Man episode 6. Hell yeah. All right, guys, we're here back with Geek Variants, cover all things Marvel, DC, Lord of the Rings, anime, gaming, Star Wars, and more. This time, Kite Man. Hell yeah. Episode 6. Really excited to sit down and talk about it with you guys. But first, before we do that, from the bottom of my heart, just to be a little bit real with you guys, a little bit more forward than I normally am. Look, last Saturday was my 31st birthday. Getting up there in age now, I guess, quote unquote. Apparently, I'm old and stuff, but I'm still immature as all get out. But I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much who have been supporting the channel, who watched any of the videos, subscribed, followed along on Twitch, many of that good stuff. When we started this year, I had unrealistic expectations of hitting 900 subscribers in my mind by my birthday. Thanks to you, fantastic folks, we were able to hit over 1,000 on YouTube. So, from the bottom of my heart, thanks for that. Friendly reminder, there is now a link in chat, as there is also one hanging out over on the YouTube community page for the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. That is still active, and that will be going until August the 25th. All you have to do is be over the age of 18, be a U.S. legal resident over the age of 18, and then a couple other series of factors, most of which Will knows, but he's not here because he is still resting up. He got sick during House of the Dragons and will be back in action as soon as he potentially can be. So we're hoping him for a speedy recovery there. Just me tonight, but that 1,000 subscriber giveaway will be on the community page if you wanted to partake. Be all there for you. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. It has been an absolute blessing and an absolute crazy ride for that. And then another front facing reminder to you, the viewers, there will never at any time be anything from the show, either audio wise or video wise, within the magical screen here. So, for any number of reasons, if that doesn't interest you, I'll be watching the episode off screen. You can start the episode up when it drops here in the next 8 minutes, and we'll discuss it at that time. So, until then, it'll just be me hanging out with you, the viewer. Let's discuss the episode that which I didn't get to watch with you guys because I still owe you a big apology. My internet literally went out last week 5-10 minutes before the episode dropped. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to get that episode watched for you as part of the usual live. So that's entirely on me. It's my bad. My deepest apologies there. So extending my sincerest and most I don't know, just my most sincere apology to you, the viewer. That's my bad. It's on me. But enough about the sappy stuff. Let's get into all the content you guys actually care about, all the things involving Kite Man. Look, last week was a pretty good episode. I gotta say, this series has stayed true to the good flavors pertaining to Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn in its early seasons was a fantastic show. It didn't get lost in itself. It didn't get lost in trying to be so much of a joke that it didn't have any substance. In essence, it wasn't basically Deadpool 2. Deadpool 2 got so lost in itself, it lost a lot of the major factors that really made it great. Deadpool 3, on the other hand, was just straight up all of the shenanigans you would have come to expect from Deadpool being around Wolverine in any environment for any period of time. On top of that, with some gratuitous cameos, which a character like Deadpool was known for with his, fourth wall breaking, talking directly to the audience, and all that good stuff. And he made fun of himself. He made fun of everything involving DC when he's talking about Henry Cavill. He talked about a lot of interesting things. And I think DC can really build upon what Kite Man is doing. I know it's an animated series, it's a spoof, it's a comedy. It's not going to be a barn burner, it's not going to be the breadwinner, but it's still a solid piece to have in your inventory and tool belt. Every single streaming service out there needs comedies to keep things going. You need to be able to make people laugh, be able to make people feel good. And in this series, Bane has been an absolute breakout character. He's been someone who's been able to excel in so many different facets and push himself to the absolute best for his friends. And that's the kind of villain that you can ultimately come around, root for, have a good time with, and really just enjoy the show. Overall, having Bane have his whole interesting love arc where he goes back to the pit, and then he's got this little scoreboard where he's keeping track of who's winning between him and the pit, and it's super, super personal. His old crew's down there. Find out that Villigans has mass corporized the pit, turn it into like a free little labor pit, and kind of being something that they can use to really push out their weapons, their ideals, their philosophies from the pit last week. So it was really, really funny to see that the pit was being able to be radicalized in such a manner, and that ultimately Kite Man using Bane, because look, Bane was 100% of Team Kite Man's power last week. Am I right? Like, there was nothing about last week's episode where you looked at it and thought, you know what? I think Kite Man is carrying right now, or Golden Glider is really doing something here that we've never ever seen done before. Instead, it was Bane just literally be like, all right, punch here, punch there, break this guy's back here, yeet this dude out the window. I don't want to have to deal with him. Bane was just on one to assert himself as the man that he wanted to be so he could go out and get um, Golden Glider's mom. He really just wanted to go get Rebecca and start this beautiful, loving, and caring, supportive relationship that they could have, and that everything would be all good. Everyone would be nice and close. They'd be really happy together. Things would be going beautifully. They would blossom. But there's just one big problem here in everybody's magical plan that they have. Golden Glider's mom, Rebecca, wants nothing to do with anybody but herself. She does not want to be a mom. She doesn't want to be a wife. She doesn't want to be friends with people. She just wants to do what she wants to do. And seeing based upon how her previous relationship was with Golden Glider's dad, you can kind of see why. She had that bad ex that most people do that ultimately changes you. It changes something about your core opinion, something about your core value. And now, instead of her being controlled like she was in her previous relationship, now she's out here like, I'm going to do me. I'm taking care of me. I don't want to be about this. I don't want someone that I have to constantly be taking care of. And sure, it's taken to the extreme level where it's like she didn't even want to be around Captain Cold or Golden Glider, her kids, her biological offspring. She's like, nah, that's not me. That's not my problem. I know where they came from. I know they're related to me. I just genuinely don't care. This is something that does not concern me at this time. I'm going to go find me and go do me. And we haven't even necessarily seen what she did with all these years. She just had her timeline changed. We went back to regular time. And then Bane, using all of his resources and all the network at his disposal, which really makes you think he should be able to pull off some insane heists or some cool stories or some insane spy espionage, being able to track someone down to the pit of all places, somewhere that had apparently gone so corporate that literally no one and nothing has been able to get out of there at any moment in time. So to have at that point Bane be able to track Rebecca down is wild. And it's something that basically needs to be studied on a case by case basis is who gave you this information and how do you get it? But again, this is a spoof. It's a comedy. It's not too serious, but again, it's not so over the top. You kind of lose what was going on for Harley Quinn in the later seasons, in my opinion, really lost itself in trying to be so over the top smut wise that it really lost the substance of the humor that really made it great. Because like season one, we had the Joker, which I'm tired of seeing the Joker in any way, shape, or form in any kind of media, which is terrible year to say that because he's going to be popping back up with Joaquin Phoenix for the Joker movie. Which hey, hope it does well. DC definitely needs some wins because they're selling off Well, they reportedly lost $10 billion worth of their value. They're worth 15 billion. So they basically lost more than half their war chest and are now selling off their rights for certain games. So potentially we could see Batman Arkham get rebranded by a new company. We could see a Superman video game brought to light, something involving the Justice League from new developers, new ideas. They own stuff involving the Warner Brothers IP as well. So like the Lord of the Rings could also be done. So people who like, Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor, that could be brought to a new video game screen here soon. Something to really, really think about. I was gonna do a whole video on it, but at the same time, there really isn't all that much substance about it. It's literally just throwing something on a wall and hoping it sticks. I don't know what companies I would ship right now with some of DC or Warner Brothers IPs to make things really pop. So I'm not going to kind of necessarily try and breathe life into something that is completely speculative. Is nothing that we completely understand. Heck, we could even get something involving maybe Game of Thrones or House of the Dragons as a video game if they did things correctly. Episode 6 just dropped. So what is it's called Mother Daughter Day. Hell yeah. So let's take that note and friendly reminder, nothing will ever appear on this screen right here when we're doing our live streams. There'll be no audio, there'll be no video from Kite Man. So go ahead, pull up your HBO Max, pull it off to the side. We'll watch the episode together. We'll talk about things as they happen. I don't want to give anyone any false expectation as to what the episode or anything like that could be because we at Geek Variants would much rather prefer to be straightforward and just kind of go with things in that regard. Mother Daughter Day, hell yeah. Let's get some great DC animated Rick and Morty commercial. So that's super interesting. That is where we're starting with all things here. Rick and Morty, the anime on Max. Wow. That is interesting that it got to this point or this level that Rick and Morty is now on Max, especially considering how much money they are in the hole with. But hey, I hope they have a huge recovery. As a geek, you want all companies to succeed. Golden Glider with mommy issues and Kite Man with daddy issues. Okay. Hey man. Yeah. Golden Glider is definitely an interesting character. Like she is a lot of fun in a lot of settings. Her going through her feelings and her emotions and struggling through her mom not reciprocating the love she's giving. Hard to watch. Definitely not ideal. Kite Man also again not good with speeches. Speeches, friendship, being a villain, being a boyfriend. He he's very caring and he tries really hard and that's the list. That's the wrong movie, my guy. Yeah, that's something you would have expected in Harley Quinn. And he was watching it on a bus. Not the place to be doing anything of that way, shape, or form. What do daughters do with their moms? You're like a 30-year-old woman. I feel like at a certain point you would have seen other interactions from other individuals and kind of made your informed decision from there, right? No? Let's go Golden Glider. No, that guy is not going to be involved in Mother Daughter Day because he's issue. Golden glider, moms love me. Wow. The only thing she asks for is straight to drinking. I mean, maybe they could why don't they just go to like a wine tasting or something? There's got to be one for booze and got to be one. That just sounds like it makes sense. You're he just finally had his brother's funeral, and his brother has been Joe hasn't been with us since episode 1, and he's not aging well. Why do we keep zooming in on the face? Joe, no. Joe's funeral, good for him, has not aged well. Aged like old Hollywood without old Hollywood money. You know what I'm saying? And Bane still being the highlight of the show. Everywhere he goes, it is just Team Bane here. How long was Rebecca in the pit? How's she supposed to make income if she doesn't have a job and she's not doing hustles or anything on the side whatsoever? Kite Man, no money, no history, no prospects. Summarized. He got his entire psyche destroyed in one shot. Every time Mother Daughter Day is said, he just pops right back in to say hello, and you're just looking at him like, no. What? Malice is having so much fun with this. She just ate her itinerary. Malice itinerary. What? Okay. I guess Malice is getting a new piercing. All right. Very, very interesting. Oh, wow. The old guy and the queen are not getting along at all. I wonder if they're going to be go from like enemies to lovers arc. With the same body, it would definitely be complicated. But These guys just having a fantastic time dumping on each other. It's like, but again, Bane, Kite Man. How Bane didn't get his own show, shocking. But maybe they want to have the versatility to cover everybody's show equally. Wow. They are definitely going to be interesting. You pierce for the boyfriend you want, not the boyfriend you have. Interesting. I don't know what to do with that. Um, all right. Jealousy is making things happen. Oh, Bane picking up the Valentine's Day episode. All right. That was wild. And we have a video on it. Apparently, you guys like that one a lot. 39,000 views. A lot. Why? What was special about it? I have no idea. I'm just genuinely curious. Uh, oh, well, that's something. Is Bane in love? He might be in love with the dominatrix. I mean, if he's happy. I mean, with the mask for him, it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? That answers a lot of questions, doesn't it? I don't want to think about that too intensely. No, Etrigan. How you doing? Oh wow. Et- Etrigan's now works for Villian. Weird superpowers. Don't ask for literally anything. Settle. Get something good. Settling is bad because right now your special power is you can float using a kite. It's not really winning. No, like that does look like it hurts. Never really thought much about that. Kite Man just won over security guards with mittens. Is Kite Man's like superpower like friendship? Wow. Kite Man's power is friendship. What? Wow. All right. Oh, what? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Oh, Bane's relationship is going to the next level by accident. Okay, that explains so much, but not enough. They went to go get glamour shots. Kindness isn't the power. Go figure. Her plan is going beautifully. Austin Powers Wikipedia. Yeah, baby. Such a great franchise. Wish it would come back. And then he quotes it too. See? It makes sense. I don't know why. It just makes sense. What is the price? Oh, he has a dinosaur wall, and that's cool. Mm. She is hitting all of the buttons for him. Helen Villigan, a true villain. 'Cause he's had that, apparently had that kite for a long time. Mm. Awkward. Helen Villigan, true villain. He's out here flying with a bunch of geese in a formation. You could just buy another kite, right? Just release. It's okay. Don't make it weird. Okay. I don't know what that is, but it doesn't look entertaining. Yeah, let's get to the point here. Yeah, Rebecca doesn't want to hang out with Glider. Yep. Lovely relationship. Oh, that's a dark burn. Yep, he's literally fighting with himself now because that's magical. I guess that's what we all do. Oh, right in the nose. Ow. Ow. This bartender is literally lethal beyond belief. He is one of one. Oh, it came back. Just kidding. Oh, why did I call that? That eventually the body would love itself in the worst way possible. But now Glider has a piercing, I guess? Yeah. Glider is subtly trying to be like, goodbye, mom. Go through time travel. I don't want to deal with this. Good way out of it. And away she goes. Oh, okay. Kite Man is now. I feel like that's some kind of infringement on Marshawn Lynch there. Bowel movement. Yep, the joke wrote itself. Kite Man has lost his identity in the sauce. His power is using the middle finger to make people move around, which is bizarre, but seems to be working. And Kite Man has fully changed. And he literally is going to lose the one thing in the world that matters to him because of a sacrifice. This is the whole premise of Shrek 2 in spoof, but with middle fingers and stuff. None of which I'm showing on screen. So, yeah. Oh, that was dark. Well, she lost her mom. Kite Man is now fully up his own butt. What did they do to Kite Man? Interesting that they'd want to take him down of all people, because let's be real here. Kite Man isn't necessarily what you call the brightest light bulb or the cleverest or the most intelligent, the well put together, the strongest, most sane. And of course, the computers decided to do its lovely turn on the fan, so now I'm blurry, which is magical. So at this time, just friendly reminder, guys, I'll be wrapping up with the recap right here and now. Another solid episode from Kite Man. Overall, this one felt a little more on the downside than the other ones, but hey, not every single episode has to be an absolute banger from start to finish. The big points on this one: Bane and Betty are now in a sane and stable relationship, albeit now I believe Betty is trying to dominate Bane in a way because she's trying to assert herself as the main woman for Bane moving forward, trying to get everything going on in that regard. So we're just gonna have to see how they power through in that regard and that relationship. Bane seems to be happy, but for now, never say never. I never really thought they'd bring the Valentine's Day episode back into the fold as directly as they did now. Interesting to see that. Helen Villigan really coming out as the main villain of this series. I thought Lex was going to be far more prominent with how he was played up to be in the first couple episodes, but instead, Helen Villigan is really taking main stage here. She has taken Kite Man's kite in exchange for him now being called Beast Mode, which again, I still feel like Marshawn Lynch would have had some kind of trademark on at this point in time. If you don't know, you should know. And with all things in that regard, being able to see how things are going to continue to play out overall will definitely be interesting to see. Um, and now that Kite Man and Golden Glider are no longer together, and once more, Becca was sent back into the past because Golden Glider has decided to impulsively send her own mom back in time. Things are going to continue to get more and more complicated. What isn't complicated is if you hit this lovely red subscribe button, be sure to follow the link in chat. Do take us to the YouTube community page where you can enter yourself in to win some free goodies, some potential, one lucky potential winner will get some great swag from here at Geek Variants on the house. All you got to be is older than the age of 18. Subscribe to the channel, follow the rest of the details. All that other good stuff will be in the post. I'm Brent for Geek Variants. I'll see you in the next episode.